Good morning. It is Sunday morning, and I've got a little bit of an update for you on my husband. My husband yesterday went through 5 different bags. When you get a new bag, when you get a colostomy bag, there are several different types of bags, and so they have to find the one that works with you, works for you, and yesterday they tried 5 different bags, and he kept having leaking issues and fun stuff like that. And so late last night, in the middle of total chaos, they decided they needed to try a different bag system, which they didn't have on the floor. And they had to call and get someone to run to get it. And of course, they were short-handed. They had received a patient. As I was leaving, the patient was on their way up the elevator. And this was a patient that hadn't had a COVID test. They didn't have the results back of the rapid COVID test. And it was real clear when the patient got up to the room that the patient most likely had COVID. So they told everybody they need to stay in their rooms, not walk around, that kind of thing, while they did some specialized cleaning in the halls and, transferring this patient to ICU, which patient should have never been sent there to begin with, but, that's why things happen in hospitals, okay? So my husband was like sitting there waiting for them to get the second bag up, and they finally got the bag up and he got it on. He said, so far, we've not had any issues. It's working well. It's the 2-piece system instead of the 1-piece system. So that's what looks like it's going to work for him. He's in good spirits, and things are going pretty well. He's up walking around doing things on his own, with the exception of I have to open his apple juice for him. And I looked at him and I said, I'm the one that has more arthritis in my fingers than you do. Just teasing him. What's going on here? So anyway, that's the biggest thing, okay? And of course, there at this hospital, for some reason, they don't know how to make iced tea. It's a hot tea always, and it's just a plain Lipton's. I told him, I said, I'll bring you some of your, Irish breakfast tea, whatever you want. I'll bring it up and you can have that in place of that. So now that he's getting grumbly, I know it's a good sign. All right, I got my knit crate today, and this was the Sockcrate. I was waiting on it, hadn't shown up yet. Is that it? Ooh, that stinks. Oh, it's a funky smell. It's the Euro Yarn Unicorn Sock, and this is the color wish list. It's 75% superwash merino, 15%, okay, this is the smell, Donegal Neps, 10% nylon, 400 yards, 100 grams, and I got that lovely color there, with all those little speckles and everything. Absolutely gorgeous, but it stinks. Ugh. And this is the little freebie, a little keychain pouch, zippered pouch, which is good. I'll put stitch markers in that sucker. And then I got my Southern Skeins Sock Yarn Club. And I did cut the opening so I could get into it easier. And you gotta love the way she packages it. I've told you before, I don't use tissue paper, and that's because with colored tissue paper, if it gets wet, the dye leaves it and lands on whatever you have going. Oh, that is gorgeous. Sock yarn. This is the December sock yarn. And it is called, there's 100 grams, 415 yards of Mary, and a 20 gram, 92 yards of Bright on 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon southern sock yarn base. And it says there's candy cane stitch marker, happy hands lotion, Christmas die cut sticker, and peppermint tea. And oh, look at that. That is cute. A little candy cane stitch marker. See if I can get it out so you can see it past the... Take it off that side and put it there. Isn't that adorable? That is cute. And then there is the... That's interesting. It is a Happy Hands handcrafted hand cream for hands that craft in peppermint candy. Come on, focus, focus, focus. We're not going to focus. Go ahead, be a butthead today. And there is the die cut sticker, Joy to the World. And then, of course, Stash peppermint tea. And we all know how much I love peppermint tea, so that will go to someone else. My husband will probably drink it. He likes peppermint. And then they included the December pattern, which is a... What's the name of it? It's a crocheted beret pattern. And there's a picture of the beret. Very pretty. And here is the yarn. Look at that. Here's the little mini. And there is the yarn. Look at all those beautiful colors. It's just beautiful. Really gorgeous. I don't know if you can see all those different hues with the blues in there. Looks like there's a little bit of speckling. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Just gorgeous. And of course, I got the 2 sock minis. Go with it. I always order an extra. Because I know with 2 I can definitely do a decent sized shawl. So, look at that. Look at how that came out. I love that. She has such beautiful yarns. Now, I also ordered the December regular knot sock yarn. I think that's what she calls it. And that doesn't get mailed out to the end of the year. And so that's something to look forward to seeing soon. But that's basically it in a nutshell. They tell me that depending on how much education that the nurse wants to do with him, he should be able to go home Monday if he can get it down. And then they'll have a visiting nurse come out to follow up, you know, and do a little more education, those kind of things. The biggest thing that I'm finding is finding some chunks, you know, that go under him for the bed. He's a little worried about soiling the bed at first, if there's leakage, that kind of thing. So I went looking, trying to find some. And of course, you know, our local Walmart, they were out. Couldn't find out when they were going to get them in, so had to go and order some online. They don't look like they'll get here until Monday afternoon or Tuesday. Yeah, But then again, everything's backed up, so we might not see it till Friday. So he did ask the nurse if they could they could send him home with at least 2 packages of chucks. And I think I want to say there's 10 in a package for chucks. So they're going to do that, and because I can't stop at the medical supply company that's in town because they're not open on weekends. So called, left a message there in hopes that on my way out tomorrow morning I can stop and make sure we have some here at the house, because that's his biggest concern, is that he may soil his chair, soil the bed, and I can understand that, until he gets used to it, until things calm down a little bit, So that's where we're at. Things are looking fairly decent. We should have a visit with the oncologist next week. Once he gets home, they said they give him about a week to adjust, that kind of thing. And of course, by then the biopsy should be back and they'll make the appointment. And he'll get an appointment with 4 doctors next week. So that should be interesting. Luckily, quite a few of them are in the hospital. So we won't have to travel too far. Although the oncologist is in the old Divine Providence over there, so we'd have to travel over there. But, like I said, it's Williamsport. I can find things to do while we're waiting in between visits. It's just he'll get a little frustrated because he won't be able to hook up and play his Switch games. And I tell you what, that was his biggest concern. Well, next to his biggest concern is, that he needed his toys to stay there. So I brought up his toys, and they weigh a ton. People, they weigh a ton. Everything he wanted me to bring up, brought it all up, so he's happy afterwards. He's a late sleeper, that kind of thing. So, got that. And then he was talking about his hair. I guess that means I'm going to lose my hair. I said, yeah, probably, but I can make you a hat. I can make you a camo hat, whatever you want. He goes, am I going to lose my beard? That is his biggest concern right now, that he's going to lose his beard. I said, honey, there are some priorities here, and the beard is the least of them. So we've had a couple of good discussions about that. And I think that's where we're at right now. We've worked on the Highland Cemetery board with one of our local lawyers. So he wants to meet with Rocky and, get all the affairs in order, all that kind of stuff. We had a basic, but he wants to, add some things in. And, that'll be fine. We'll do that. But that's basically where we're at right now. He's doing well. He's moving around well. He's eating well, drinking well. The biggest source of contention is just finding the right bag right now. Because there's, I think, 20 or so different style bags. So that's it. I will see you in a couple of days. And everybody have a blessed day. And thank you so much for being and holding up our backs. We really appreciate it. Love you guys. See you guys soon. Bye.